Okay, so first point, go inside the Galaxy store and after opening the Galaxy store on any of your One UI device, search for game plugins. As soon as you will type and enter, you will be able to see game plugins icon which I tapped, and you can see make sure you install the plugin, and we proceed further. In the this plugins application, you need to download these two plugins. This first one is Game Booster Plus, and the second is Perf Z. Go in the Perf Z and enable the FPS and GPU. CPU and temperature are not required, we just disable them. Then go in the Game Booster Plus, tap on the application or game in which you want to boost your FPS by sacrificing your graphic quality. Okay, so on this point, what you need to do is click on max frames per second preset. For now, just click. I will let you know what it is in just a while. After doing that, there's one more step which you need to do, and that particular step is going to disable the power optimization for performance of the application. So go inside the application's information, then search for the storage, search for the battery, and tap on it. After that, you will be able to see it. One option is optimize battery usage. Click on it, then switch to the all applications and search for your application. Then click on the switch and disable that. So now you're set and ready to go. Make sure you don't use any power saving option like maximum or medium power saving mode while playing the game to optimize your performance and increase your frames per second in the. Okay, the last thing is that open your game, and then you will be able to find this overlay. Just tap and hold. Maybe you will find a standing line. Just tap and hold and just copy my settings which I have. Copy them all. Okay, so we loaded up the preset of getting max frames per second in the game plugins application, which is of Samsung. Here we can see a great constant frame per second with more GPU usage. It ranges like from 55 FPS to 60 FPS, which is kind of good. You are not getting like constant sticky 60 FPS, but you are getting a lot smoother frames per second than before. At the before, you were getting like 40 to 50 FPS in between of those, and after doing this, you are getting like 55 plus FPS. Now one more preset which we look now, which is a custom obviously, in which you will get like 57 to 60 FPS range. In that particular version of what we'll do, everything will be changed and the dimension and resolution of the game will also get changed. So we'll see in a while. Now let's discuss what the negative impacts of doing this. Now in this, actually we are using GPU up to 80%. Now using that will heat up your device a little bit, but that's what you need to sacrifice if you want to get a smoother performance while gaming. Okay, now let's open the game plugins application and go into the Game Booster Plus. Okay, now one thing which you need to know is that nothing is like Game Booster, but yeah, Game Booster in sense like this one is actually made by Samsung, so we can actually fluctuate the graphic quality and frames per second, desired frame per second, so we can do that. Now let's go in the custom, and from your experience you will be knowing that as much low you set the graphic quality, you can get maximum frames per second. So let's apply this logic here, and you can go with the least graphics and max frames per second. Now let's save the setting. Click on apply button, it will save the settings, and let's go in the game again to see what changes we can see. the changes will be okay. So we loaded up the highest performance missile, the maximum frames per second and the lowest of the graphics. Now here even the fonts are looking so bad and the graphics were so bad. You can see enemy, but the shapes were so deformed. So you are getting like 57 to 60 frames per second in between of them by sacrificing the graphics to like 30%. Here the game feels super smooth, but the graphics are too much low. Like literally you can't even see what's written. Sometimes the fonts are also distorted. The performance here is no doubt the best. The GPU is not even using uh, too much of its capacity. It's just using under 40%. So you are sacrificing a lot more graphic to get a constant frames. So I really don't prefer using this preset. I use direct maxed FPS presets in the game plugins.